What's up? What's up? What's up? God, that feels good. I haven't said that in a while. We've been relying on some bank content. Here we are recording. It's been a minute. Welcome to episode 29 of Domiciled, the podcast that explores the subculture of truck drivers as well as logistics professionals bringing their stories to the masses. I'm your host, as you know, Scott Cleary. And before we kick things off, let's talk about our favorite colorful recruiting rodent, Purple Squirrel. So as you know, if you've listened to us before, Purple Squirrel represents freight agents, freight brokerages, and freight forwarding companies. If you'd like to learn more, reduce your liability, and grow your career, you should have a chat with Ryan Smith over at Purple Squirrel about becoming an independent agent. Also, we get a couple bucks too, so I wouldn't mind if you signed with them. So they represent multiple broker and forwarding companies, allowing them to provide you with several career offers. You have options. Let them advocate on your behalf. Paul, we've been living on bank content for a while, like I talked about, but we're back to recording. I know we talk regularly, but I got to say, I missed your mug, buddy. What's good?
Oh, missed you too, bud. How are you?
I'm good. You know, lots of good changes going on in life. Starting to work towards moving in with the lady. We started organizing our house last weekend, so it got real.
Oh.
But I'm excited. I'm excited because it's really cool seeing how excited they are, her and her daughter Bella. And I'm like, I don't know why you're so excited to get me more in your life, but hey,
are you sure you want me around more? Yeah, no, that's awesome.
We'll find out.
Happy for you.
Thanks, pal. Thanks. And then a big trip up in a month, but we'll talk about that on a different episode as we get closer. But no, what's new with you? You're going to North Carolina, you were saying?
Yeah,
so our next epi, you're coming from North Carolina?
Yeah, I'll be in North Carolina. It's funny, which is where our next guest, our guest on our next call will be from originally, I believe. But traveling a ton, working out, growing things over at Conduit, having a blast. I think the thing this morning that I'm the most interested in, you see DAT bought Convoy's old software.
Yes, I mean someone was going to do it. I haven't read the details because I'm just ignorant to like everything.
I want to know how much Flexport flipped that for. I haven't looked into it yet, but that could have been pretty cool if they did.
Couple bucks for sure.
Yeah, because it was a pretty cool tool from Convoy. So it's really exciting.
I wonder why they got rid of it.
Convoy?
Yeah, because they bought it.
And then Convoy built it.
They built it.
Convoy went under.
No, I meant Flexport.
And then Flexport bought it.
That's what I meant to say. Like, why did Flexport flip it?
No idea. I'm sure they got an offer they couldn't refuse.
Indeed.
But
those happen.
Those sure do. But I mean, a lot of interesting stuff happening in freight. A lot of stuff happening in warehousing. I've become fascinated with the boutique 3PL space of these direct-to-consumer guys. They're just so darn scrappy and cool. Like, it's very neat to see what people are able to do out of like a 60,000 square foot facility. It's like very small. And I'm really fascinated by it. I think it's awesome. But yeah, I've just been cranking it out over here, churning out some cool products over at Conduit. Coolest thing now, we're doing digital trailer inspection sheets, which is really cool. Like, right from your phone, right from the dock, you just go, hey, click, click, click. You customize the sheet yourself. Boom, boom, boom. Add some images. Put the name of the person that did it. Boom. And then when the shipment's done, everybody's got full viz on what happened. Super cool stuff like that. Full viz. Oh, the old FV. Yeah, it's super fun over here. I'm excited to talk to our guests though, Scott.
Okay. We should get them rolling.
Yeah, let's get them in here, man.
All right. Well, anyways, hey, Purple Squirrel, www.purplesquirrel.llc. Check them out. Get some money in our pockets because we need an editor because we know I do all this. So anyway, our next guests, they were gracious enough to have us on their show back in March. I think this is our first official collab. A lot of people talk, not a lot of people execute. You know what I mean, Paul? And let's just say, like I said, reciprocating this gesture, it's long overdue. So easily one of the best kept secrets in the freight and logistics space, eCarrierCheck.com has been helping brokers, carriers, and dispatchers, free ad boys, you're welcome, find targeted logistics leads since 2020, COVID babies, with over 40 powerful search filters. What you can do with them, you can find specialty equipment, build targeted carrier lists, vet carriers, and find new shippers. No load boards needed. So now, these two will certainly have more to say about their awesome product. You know, Paul and I wish we had when we were slanging freight back when we were just wee babes in this industry.
We tots.
Yes, just tots, just little sprouts, weren't we? But oh God, that's wild. Anyways, but we're excited for the banter as well. We're going to talk about their product. We're going to talk some stories, the banter. We have great mojo with these guys. I'm excited to see what's about to ensue. So welcome to the podcast, Nate and Jared, eCarrierCheck. What's happening, boys?
Hey, what's going on, Scott and Paul? Thanks for having us on, man. I'm glad we were able to come onto your guys' show and just kind of talk it up, So I'm happy to be here. Excited to chat, see what's going on.
Oh yeah, our pleasure. Our pleasure, Jared. What's happening?
Dude, I honestly, like, we had you guys on ours. I got to tell you, after we had you guys on our show, we were the #1 podcast in Pakistan.
That makes so much sense. Hold on, stop. This makes so much sense. My people.
Number one. We've also, just in case anyone wants to know, we've been banned in North Korea. They don't allow us on Spotify. However, we're global. That's all I got to say.
Boom.
How does that happen?
Scott, I'm going to be honest with you. That is probably far easier than you think it is. We're just so decadent over here.
You mean the Pakistani thing? Yeah, no, they love
I'm talking
us
about North Korea. Like, it's probably pretty easy to get banned from there, Scott.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty simple. They've got like a long list of rules. And like the second we admit that Kim Jong-un didn't win a PGA
town
tour,
soccer match, or
that he got a hole in one on every single hole. Like that, we're done. Yeah.
I
actually just got us kicked out of there too. You don't even know it. Just what I just did.
I uploaded it on Wikipedia so that everyone knew we were the first logistics podcast to be completely banned from North Korea. So it's real. I mean,
it was on Wikipedia, so it's definitely real.
Could you imagine how crazy it would be that, like, imagine double brokers running out of North Korea? Could you imagine? Could you imagine?
Dude. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I can.
There's a movie about it's gotta be. It's actually, you just find out it's a bunch of like army guys over there that are not making enough money doing what they're doing. So they're like, we're gonna start a brokerage.
I think
we've been watching the eCarrierCheck podcast and we've been pirating it, and now we know what we want to do.
I think double broker is as good as it gets over there. That's like where you start. Yeah. You just start scamming people.
What are you talking about? That's where you end. That's like
that's elite.
They're gods over there.
So dark story, but I think funny. You might as well just laugh at it. So I guess I saw some reel on Instagram that like a while ago, I think back in like 2006 or whatever, a while ago, some American was in North Korea. So whenever we were allowed to be there, he took down, like he stole some poster from a building, allegedly. Well,
allegedly.
But he allegedly took this poster, like this propaganda poster, down. He was caught doing it. He was sentenced to like 16 years in prison, and then not long after, like went into a coma, and they were like, his family was like fighting to get him shipped home, or he was shipped home. I'm like,
right, wow,
like so. Definitely places I never need to go.
Keeping it dark at 10 Central on a Tuesday, Scott. Loving that. Thank you.
Also, like, all he did was take a poster. Like, what if he? Okay, allegedly. But what if he actually did? Like, what happens if you? Like, people here have like multiple like felonies, and they've done maybe a nickel.
Yeah, right.
That's jail speak for 5 years.
Here's my favorite LinkedIn post after this. Are 3 things I learned about how to ship a body from North Korea to America that we are all thinking about.
Wait, you found that?
What forwarder do you go to? What forwarder do you go with?
I know, honestly, you're just bringing it in. I mean,
yeah. Oh, God, do you come East Coast or West Coast to get that back?
I'd come in through Alaska. I think it's easier.
Do you think so? I think California, they're cool with everything. California's like, whatever you are, bring it in. Like,
That's funny.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Scott, way to keep the news, way to keep the vibes up there. I'll switch and make you laugh a bit. If you haven't seen it, there's a documentary called About the Poop Cruise on Netflix. Yeah. Highly recommend this.
It's wonderful.
It's
wonderful.
Chef's Kiss. Do you know what the craziest part is? Multiple people in that are like, and then we still go on cruises. And I'm like,
I would never look at the water again.
I'm not doing it now. I refuse now.
I haven't seen it.
We watched that, which was the most glorious 52 minutes you can watch on TV.
It was that good?
It was so friggin' good. But then right after, my wife, and she loves the murder mystery stuff, we watched this other like documentary.
Where the chick disappeared.
Yeah, the gal disappeared, and they've been like trying to find her for like 30 years. And this was all on this cruise, and my wife is like, we're never going on a cruise like again.
Yeah.
And we've been on multiple cruises, and she's like, we're done. We're out.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I'm anti-cruise.
That's fair.
I'm
I'm
anti-cruise.
not about him
I
either.
know.
But
Yeah, I am.
I've
Yeah,
never been on a cruise, but I'm anti-cruise now.
I've been on one. It was Carnival, and I probably wouldn't do that one again. I'd probably like a Delta only high end one, like Virgin, or just something with not kids flying around, because everybody pees in the pool with this. But so speaking, I love murder mystery stuff myself. So I've been watching this thing on Hulu. I don't know, I'm a junkie with this stuff, but I've started watching like unknown serial killers. And it's crazy because these people are tapped. It's not like they're like, they didn't really serially kill. Like, no, like they're bad dudes. And it's like it's like either they didn't care about the notoriety, like their egos weren't huge, or like one of them died and then they found all the connections, or but it was tapped. It's like, oh, like this is right up there with all the big names. They just aren't famous. And it just goes to show just how many. Anyways, yeah. So before we started recording, you guys were saying that things were going well on the business side. So let's change the gear a little bit away from like murder mysteries and poop cruises.
Just getting good. It was just getting good. We were about to talk about how to have a casket brought from Korea. And what rates you think you could charge? What rates you think you could charge? And are you going air freight? Are you going steamship line? What are we talking about here?
Okay.
Like,
what
are you putting it on rail across Asia? Like, how are you doing it? Like, it's supposed to go on a plane, but you rail it. Like,
okay.
It just shows up in Europe. You got to get that over the pond now.
Let's go to Nate Jared.
You're dealing with Interpol. Like, what's happening?
Yeah, true. Smell. What do you think?
Oh my Lord!
I don't know if I would prefer to be maybe flown. If it was my body, fly me, please. Let's get me there quick as possible.
Yeah, I gotta think. I mean, if you're going to compare a body to anything, which is kind of awkward to think about, it's got to be similar to like the logistics of a banana. You got 7 friggin' days, or that son of a bitch is going brown.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so, the first part, right when you die, is the green stage of the banana. You know what I mean? You got 3 days. So if that thing's not on a plane, in some kind of refrigerated aspect, howdy, we're gonna have some challenges.
Yeah, you could probably go like sub though. You could probably like do get the whole preparation stuff done there, and then you just get that thing frozen, man. Just get you. I'm getting cremated anyways. I don't really
like Walt Disney style.
Yeah, maybe just cremate me there, parcel me the whole way. Like I don't even like get me on like whoever Timu's using, just get me on that. Like I don't wrap me up in like put me in a film canister and just
a plastic bag full of friggin' Paul.
I'll just fly over there.
Honestly, you got so many options nowadays, guys. I wonder if you could get like next day shipping. I wonder if there's
depends on where from.
Yeah, bring back your loved one.
Temu is pretty amazing. They can almost get stuff here in like a week, and it's coming from like a wooden floor, like
Nepal.
It's amazing, man.
Yeah, we are in. It's to be nerdy. I'm like very much a history buff, and it's fascinating to me that two things are true at the same time, which is warehousing hasn't really changed. Like in theory, like you can look up and there's like a cuneiform old language spreadsheet of like, here's what my inventory was on a piece of stone, right? And then, you've got logistics. Has it really changed? We still move it on boats. Majority of it's on a boat, right? There's some of it on a plane, but it's on a boat. While it hasn't really changed, it's also completely changed. Yeah. Like, it's so crazy that like at the end of the day, like there are jobs and professions that like, if you ask somebody in the Middle Ages, would this still be a job? They'd be like, no. In thousands of years, this won't be a job. Nope, it's still a job. It's still a job. We're just way more caffeinated than you were.
And Zindo. So.
They were drinking that. They had that bagged wine and the mead.
Yeah,
we've got 12 milligrams Zins over in Europe now. So like we just got.
Oh gosh,
I've never even. I've never even popped one of those daddies. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, but you tap out after like a cup of green tea, Scott.
Oh, dude, if I have Earl Grey, if I have like a tall one.
I have
from
to
a
block
previous
him.
company.
I have to block his phone number when he does this.
Yeah, I'll double bag some Earl Grey, and it's just like it's.
Oh yeah, when he double bags, I actually start sending out warnings to other people. I'm like, you need
Yeah. Like I went to a July 4th party and I had like 4 Diet Cokes. It was over. They kicked me out. Yeah.
That's so good. Oh my
That's true.
gosh.
It happens. So yeah, tell us about jokes aside, tell us about what's going on in your world. What's the biggest thing you're working on right now that you're the most excited about?
That's a good question. I don't know how much Jerry wants me to talk about that, but what we're focusing on daily is honestly just providing value, right? I know I mentioned before the show that we go meeting to meeting. You know, anyone that signs up or that even knows about us, we're reaching out saying, hey, what's going on in your world? How can we help? You know, we have our YouTube channel. That's great. But that personal touch on our end, we just love to do. Well, you know, what's that movie where they do an they go to Google and then they do an internship there.
It's called the internship.
Internship. Yeah, that's
fun.
yeah. We
So
tag
good.
team meetings like that. And we just want to know people's businesses and be like, here's what we
That's
can do to
awesome.
help you. And let's do it together. Let's grow together. And honestly, that's what kind of gets us up in the morning. We just love doing that.
Yeah, we were in a blender and now we're saving lives.
Now we're saving lives. So.
I mean, that's exactly what it is. It's so good. I love the personal touch of being able to offer software where people just don't log in, put their credit card in. They actually get access to us, and we're able to help them with their business or understand their business and try to grow their business ultimately, right? And so when it comes to, you know, what are we working on a day to day, just kind of the basic fundamentals of blocking and tackling, and understanding. You know, I love the newer generation that's coming into logistics, because sometimes they don't realize how powerful this can be, right? And they quit picking up the phone and they want to text everybody or email everybody. And man, I love being able to help coach them understand the power of a phone and relationships and that personal aspect. So as far as what we're doing every day, we're blocking and tackling and picking up the phone and doing what we do.
I love that. So for those who don't know, tell us about eCarrierCheck. Yeah,
the best sourcing platform you could ever put your hands on. I mean, we have leads to carriers. We even have, you know, carriers on our platform looking for broker relationships. So we do have leads to brokers. You know, we do have carriers that also do their own sales calls, and they'll get on eCarrierCheck and look for shipper leads that are using that type of equipment in their area. So imagine that, you know, we're helping those carriers that can do it on their own. If you can't, you need some support. You know, I'm sure your dispatchers on our site looking for, you know, broker leads, you know, more shipper leads. So we have it all, really. Like you said, we're not a load board. You can do without a load board. And Jared hit it on the head. As long as you pick this thing up, you can do it. And it's a grind. You can do it.
So it sounds a lot to me like being in sales, like you're akin to more of like an Apollo or a Zoom Info than you are a load board. You're kind of like, every time I've built a sales team, right, it's like, you know, you have to have your information, you have to have a platform that you're going to stage everything in, like a CRM, and then you have to have an execution platform, which in very many cases is just a phone, right? And so it sounds like you're really that like intelligence platform for that. Like, who am I going to call? You know, I've got to get, you know, I've got to find capacity for XYZ. Oh, there's a carrier that wants a relationship with a broker that's trying to run those same lanes. Why don't I give them a call? That seems to be, you know, what you're aiming for. Am I tracking, or is there something more to it?
So we're powerful as far as the information we provide, right? So we have these shipper leads. We built, when I say we, our awesome developers built an awesome function to go out and just bring back more information on these shippers, because everyone knows to do your homework before making a sales call. So we wanted to help you by bringing some of that homework to you to read, get every detail you need to know about this shipper, right? Now, when it comes to carriers, we also have that almost the same data. We can show you where they've been. Who do I need to talk to at this company? How many trucks do they have, or, you know, trailers? We can see where they've been inspected, and so you can kind of get a good feel before you even call these carriers. Are they even going to get into this area that I'm trying to put this load at? So we do have some really good insights on the carrier side, and most definitely on the shipper side. As far as like when carriers are like trying to figure out, or if brokers are trying to find carriers in a certain area, people don't come on our site and like post their trucks, but brokers can go and search carriers in that area and say, hey, I see you're located here. You
Domiciled in that area, even.
Yeah. There you go. And so it's really nice the way we can search. We can search by location. I can show you which carriers have been inspected in any location you look at. And then we do have a lane functionality as well, just kind of see who has run that lane in the past. So you can kind of have that conversation. But all good info to really just hammer a phone call, in my opinion, and grow that relationship. I think that's what it comes down to, is growing a relationship.
Love it.
So,
couple clicks for eCarrierCheck. Couple clicks for the boys.
Yeah,
love it.
Absolutely. So I hear a bunch, like, I'm a big fan of relationships as well. I think picking up the phone is always the answer. People hide behind an email. People are usually completely different behind an email. And as opposed to a phone. But I guess I'm curious on you guys. What's your opinion on, relationship selling, right? In a space where there's a lot more AI. There's a lot more, there's just a lot more noise. What do you guys think about that? I'd be really curious, especially on the carrier side.
Well, this is interesting. Like, if you watch, I'm just going to go on a little tangent here for a sec.
Do it.
In a certain aspect, carriers are just getting just blown up daily, and they're getting calls from dispatchers and factoring companies and gas cards and all this insurance companies and the friggin' dude that sells oil, everything, right? Tires, you name it, right?
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, Americans decided, you know what? Let's just friggin' outsource this to some friggin' Central America company, and why do 10 calls when you can do 1,000? And so honestly, like, carriers just got exploded with that over the last few years, right? Where we just went from, let's pay Mickey over in LA $30 an hour. Let's call this guy down in Honduras and pay him 10. And so now, like, carriers are already kind of stiff and hardened. You know what I mean? I
Big time.
The AI aspect now is going to make this even more challenging to communicate with people, which is wild that we're building platforms to automate and to get better and to have more intelligence. But son of a bitch, people don't trust anybody.
Right. And so, they think it's fake off the bat.
Yeah, like, it's just becoming more and more challenging to communicate. And eventually, honestly, like, let's say in the next 18 months, somebody builds shippingmanager.ai, right? And then all of a sudden, every cold call that every broker, carrier, you're getting thrown through the AI weeds, right? And how do you stand out?
Yeah.
Well, either A, you take your pants off in the middle of a call, right? and that either gets you thrown in jail, or B, gets you to stand out.
Yeah.
Or C, you start making cold calls with AI to talk to AI, and it gets kind of weird, right?
Yeah, my AI talks to your AI.
Yeah, and then the people talk.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? And so I think eventually we'll have AI phone lines. In my mind, you'll have a regular phone line and an AI phone line. There'll be some weird stuff that comes out, but I think at the end of the day, though, people really want to talk to people, and people want to talk to people that are similar in likings, right? They don't want to talk to a guy that they can understand. They want to talk to you and I. They want to talk to people that they can understand, right?
Yeah.
And
I think everybody wants to be heard. I agree with you. Everybody wants to be heard, right? And it's the only thing that scares me is I wonder at what point someone's like, oh, this AI hears me. Like, this is, that's where it's like, a little weird. But
Joaquin Phoenix already made that movie.
Yes. Yes, it did. But I guess I'm curious, do you see more of a tech adoption on the shipper side or the carrier side? Are carriers trying to keep up?
That's a great question, actually.
That's a great question.
It's definitely on the shipper side. Carriers are still 1985.
Well, some shippers are too. So don't
some shippers are, but at least they're a little more adaptive. The people that are bringing up all of this, or trying to anyway, are the freight brokers. Obviously, they're more into tech. The 3PLs, those people like that. But the carriers are just, they're good at driving a truck. And sometimes they forget how to even run their damn business.
No, it
that's
happens.
You know, and so that's, you know, that it'll be interesting. Freight forwarders have good tech too, but for the most part, you got the brokers that are just moving things up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
to
do
your
wonder.
point,
Oh, go ahead, Scott.
thanks, buddy. So to your point about the AI thing, Paul, I think you use this term, and I think it's true. Right? There's a lot of like AI soup right now, right? And I think part of the distrust and the not knowing is because it is all so new. So like all of it's popping up, and I think there will be a great like consolidation sooner than later, given how fast the technology moves. And then soon things that AI makes sense for, like aggregating data, creating analytics to help you make business decisions, right? And I actually commented on a LinkedIn post today where somebody's talking about AI, don't let it do everything for you. And I commented like, yeah, like when I use it for sales prompts, I'm just beginning to dabble in it. It's to get my brain going. It's not to like, oh, this is my answer. It's like, oh, I did like, I didn't think about it this way. It's like, okay, if I'm trying to sell Nate and Jared XYZ product and this is what they do, how can I position my message so that they care about what I'm saying? And then it gives you that, and then you put in your own words, and that's I think what the use is. So I definitely appreciate what you're saying about like this AI talking to AI, like that's stupid, right? So I don't think that's going to be the end result. But have you guys, with all the excitement going on with like the tariffs and the Donnie T's tariffs and geopolitical stuff going on, have you noticed any of your products that are doing better for folks, or just moving more of one of your products than others right now?
Yeah, from a micro level, for sure. You know, we follow trends on searches, and so, you know, if we're watching, like for instance, March, April, we saw on our platform more brokers looking for, you know, carriers that go into Canada, right? Or in the Southeast saw capacity issues earlier this year. We saw that, right? And so to answer your question, are we seeing, you know, tariff-driven, you know, concepts? We see the searches on our platform based on areas of the country that people are struggling finding carriers on, you know, and that's sort of interesting. The other side of it too, on our shipper database side, is, you know, we see brokers, we see carriers looking for shippers that are definitely in spaces that aren't as, maybe not erratic isn't the right word, but that they're trying to get in with more, you know, utility-based companies. Or, you know, when people were COVID friendly, just for the sake of saying it, is that you work with companies that were just, they had to be open no matter what. It wasn't Jan's furniture store, right? Which is probably, if you look at furnitures and tariffs, are probably going to be the hardest hit. If you haven't bought your Ashley furniture shit right now, you get over and friggin' get something. They're going to be the hardest hit in this whole thing, right? It's furniture. And so those are things that we see on our side as we watch those trends. We watch what people are moving, and we try to assist in a non-creepy manner.
Non-creepy is ideal.
Yeah.
Good.
We'll be like, hey, we see that you're searching for, you know, more pipe loads. You know,
we're concerned about this search. We are not the internet. Anyway.
We don't answer questions like you can put in ChatGPT, folks, you know. So you know, it's definitely entertaining to watch people's search histories and how they do it and why we track it and those aspects of things.
Gotcha. Okay. So that's what's going on with eCarrierCheck. So let's get in a little bit about Nate and Jared, right? Tell us how you guys individually both fell into this industry that we all seem to tumble into or get poured into.
My story is less exciting than Jared. Jared has a really exciting kind of how you got into it, just everything he's seen. But for me, it was more of a, we live in a small town. Everyone knows everyone, right? Jared knew a guy that I knew a guy, and he's like, you should come see what Jared's doing with the eCarrierCheck. So I came in one day and I watched Jared do a couple demos, and I was like, well, first off, I love Jared. The guy's awesome. And then the people that he was meeting with, like, it was nice to kind of see people throughout the U.S. that he was just talking to and learning more about them. And I was like, I like this. I like connecting with people, learning what they do. How can I help you? We like to help people. So I was like, this is it. I love it. So that's what brought me here. And the rest has been history for me. And I didn't see myself being on a YouTube channel at all when I signed up for this. So Jared kind of dragged me in, and I'm like, I love this too. Let's do it. So
yeah, cool. I think you know, I really like the eCarrierCheck show. You know, I've been in freight since 2008. I could tell you more stories than we got war stories together, me and this guy. But it's one of those things where
the Indian behind you.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, nice.
But I love our show. I love to be able to help people. We make phone calls for people. We do all kinds of crazy stuff. And Nate and I make a really interesting pairing. I'm probably dating myself, but we're very much Siskel and Ebert of the freight world. You know what I mean? I know, and one of them's dead, or they're probably both dead at this point. But we just love to friggin' like go. I know they're like, these people. It's like, well, they used to review movies back in the day.
Gotcha. I know Ebert and Roper, 2 thumbs way up. I know those guys.
Yeah. It used to be Siskel before him, but that's another story. But my buddy used to own a trucking company called Nebraska Transport, LTL company that went from Chicago to Denver. My first week on the job as an LTL salesman, I had a driver take a shit in a guy's parking lot. And I called my buddy and I was like, is this going to be a regular thing? And he was like, probably not.
Is this normal?
He was like, this isn't normal. That was my first week. And since then, I've held a lot of different positions in the truckload side and in that I brokered for a while. And then we started eCarrierCheck, me and a programmer, because I was like, hey, we should do this. And so that's what we did. And we've met hundreds, if not thousands of people over the course of the last 5 years in this journey at eCarrierCheck. And it's been truly life-changing. It's been awesome for relationships. It's been awesome for me to express myself in some manner of art. This is probably as artistic as I get in being on a podcast. I can't really draw, or I can't do any of that. I make a mean tie-dye shirt. Drop your address and I'll send you one. But
done.
but outside of that,
large.
I love the expression of being on the YouTube show and hanging out with Nate every day and just changing some lives.
That's awesome. Oh,
I
man.
love that.
So
That's awesome.
go ahead, Paul. Yeah. You looked like you were rearing to go with something. Fire away. Or as I misreading?
I was just gonna say. I mean, I feel you. I'm more of like I don't really write. I just kind of draw pictures and sign. So I feel you. I totally feel you. But no, it's really awesome. I think the thing I was gonna say is, that still happens. I have a customer right now because we do dockyard management and we provide a lot of notifications of like, hey, you're coming to facility A. When you arrive here are some rules. You would be surprised. Some of those rules are pretty like, hey, there are bathrooms. Don't use our parking lot. Like the amount of times that, or like, hey, can you not eat lunch on the hood of our employees' cars? Like that would be really cool.
Forget your own truck. Do it on there.
Yeah. Like, well, I mean, most people can't reach the
That's true.
Top of
That's
it.
fair.
But like, well, I mean, for me, I'd have to eat off the tire because I'm so low to the ground. But I'm on the fender like it's a buffet line. But yeah, it's funny. That stuff doesn't go away, man. That's still to this day.
That's wild.
To this day, someone taking a shower with one of those like camping showers out in the parking lot, and you're just like,
just nude.
Nice. In shorts.
Yeah, some drawers.
Oh
man. And then, that's actually similar. Adam Pierce was telling us, DIY Semi. He was telling us about some crazy stuff. Like again, people going to the bathroom in the parking lot or crazy stuff. And then you guys wrote down another one that has to do less with hygiene, more with hobbies. If you want to tell us about that load that went awry. That I used to read as Ari when I was younger, but it's awry. AWRY.
Oh my God, this has got to be one of the better ones. And honestly, thank God we don't live in a state where we can gamble on our phones, right? Because gambling is
for yourself.
Gambling's a real addiction. And we used to run it's crazy. Like we used to run UTVs or ATVs across the country for a couple different companies. And they would just hit different dealerships, right? And it would be like 7-8 stops along the way. And we really didn't think anything of it. We used this carrier before, but not necessarily this driver. And that feeling that you get when you're cutting a prime rib at Christmas and your mouth starts to salivate, must be the same feeling he gets when he comes over the hill to Reno. And you're just sitting there,
just licking his lips,
and he's just like, oh my God, I could give me 30 minutes. I make the truck payment today.
30 minutes. Yeah, I can pay for it all.
And he pulled into town, and I'm not shitting you. We lost this guy. He blacked out for 7 days. We were like, what the hell's going on? We had to call state patrol. We had to get in, like, it got really wildly intense. And this
Like,
guy
we think he's dead.
Out. Yeah, like he walked out like it was on like a hangover, and he was like, you guys want to hit the sizzler before we go? I'm just going to finish up this load. We're just going to kind of keep going. It was wild. I'm not kidding. We lost this guy for 7 days because of his gambling addiction. And it didn't get double brokered. This is a regular dude. It straight up just friggin'
consumed him.
It consumed it, man. And you know, for those of you who do have that, hit the Gambling Anonymous hotline at 188. No,
you're not supposed to know it by heart.
Yeah, that's how you know you have the problem. No,
dude, honestly, last time Nate and I called that line together, we were actually betting on if it was a male or a female that answered. So I'm just kidding. I'm just
and if it's a female, can you get her to go on a date with you?
Oh, God.
3-1, let's go.
Parlay.
Yeah.
Male, female. If female, get her to go on a date. Oh God!
I did feel bad for the guy. We got the load delivered, but yeah, he just kind of lost it. He lost control of an unfortunate addiction that things happen.
Yeah, we all know somebody like that. I'll never forget. I worked with a guy once that was like, "Oh man, I made 20 grand on this bet." I'm like, "That's great." And I was like, "What are you up for the year?" He's like, "Oh, I'm down 30." I was like, "Oh, that's nice." There it is. Like, what are we celebrating? I just remember being like, wow, it's 7 a.m. That's the first conversation I've had today. That's crazy. No, but you know, the other one is people who trade the stock market as just a retail guy, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm up. It's like,
are you?
Are we though?
Oh, I'm not a gambler. I trade. No, it's the same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, boys, we're coming up. It's such a good story, by the way. We're coming up on time. I'm curious, you know, is there anything you guys are doing conference-wise? Is there anything you guys have coming up that people should be paying attention to? Maybe there's a super secret release. Maybe there's this. Maybe there's that. Are there any things people should be paying attention to on eCarrierCheck over the next quarter or two?
You know, that's a really good question. Honestly, I always tell people just subscribe to our YouTube channel and get on our LinkedIn because we're kind of like those guys that if Jared or I have an idea, we're going to go live and talk about it. As far as kind of secret things dropping, nothing crazy at the moment. We are always working with our developers and thinking of ideas. So whenever there are ideas, you know, we'll talk through them. But yeah, if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, that's the best way to kind of stay on top of what we're doing. Especially with all the beautiful guests that we bring on, like you two. And
thanks.
Stop it! I'm blushing.
So, but
yeah. I honestly every day, if you watch the cartoon Pinky and the Brain, is like
it's like
that here. I'm like, we're gonna take over the world today, and I turn on the lights, and it's not a light switch; it's one of them friggin' little pull-up things, and lightning strikes and shit like
Nebraska.
that. We have some incredible programmers that stand behind us that are wildly adaptive and flexible, and they just keep up with the current times. And so are we going to release something in 2025 26 probably? Is it going to be life-changing? No, but you know what, it's going to be something that'll make an impact on the people that we currently serve, and I think that's all that matters. Because if we can just impact one person at a time, that makes our day. You know. And so are we going to be DAT or truck stop? No. But we're not looking to be that either. I don't want 700 employees. I want me and Nate to make coffee together and go talk to the brains and maybe they kick us out for saying something stupid. There's a possibility. You know what I mean? But as far as conferences, you know, I got young kids, and so I really try to stay focused the first part of school with them and keep them kind of going down the right road. And so I'm going to miss the fall season. We'll probably hit something in the spring though, and see where TIA takes us or something like that.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. All right, boys. Well, hey, Nate, Jared, you guys, I knew as soon as we first started talking that we'd have a blast chatting with you guys. It was awesome being on your show. It was great having you guys on our show. So we really appreciate you making the time. I know we were back and forth a lot, but I'm happy we locked it in.
Likewise, man.
Us too.
Appreciate
Thanks
you
for
guys.
having us on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Thanks so much,
Oh.
folks.
Absolutely. And hey, so to everybody listening, please be sure to check us out every other Tuesday at What's Domiciled on YouTube and Spotify for the full episodes, Instagram and YouTube for the reels. I have started putting more back on YouTube, so we're catching up there. We really appreciate you tuning in, and thank you for your support. Like, comment, subscribe, and have a great day.